I started my channel in June of 2023, and today I'm going to talk about why I did that and all of the things that you guys don't see behind the scenes, and lastly, my takeaways in helping you guys in your journey to help you become financially free in whether that's YouTube or whatever that might be. Hey everyone, my name's Joseph. I'm an engineer that decided to start this YouTube channel back in mid of last year. And if you're a part of my audience that's been watching my videos, this video is specifically for you guys because you've clearly been trying to move your life in a positive direction, but the problem is you've been listening to this random guy on YouTube and you really don't know his story. So in this video, I want to take you guys on my journey behind the scenes and my story so far that's gotten me to this point. And that includes the struggles that I've had and then also my path forward. And hands down, I'm going to be totally transparent with you guys that this journey in YouTube has been probably one of the most hardest journeys of my entire life, minus my schooling in engineering. But because there's expectations in our society to go to college, that helps alleviate a lot of that stress that you might have in going to college because you're actually getting the support of your family and friends. Whereas I'm finding that in YouTube, that is generally not the case. Family and friends generally don't encourage you to start a YouTube channel, and it's not really encouraged for you to do this so that you can become financially free. One of the first reactions that are kind of negative is that people are kind of like, "You're doing a YouTube channel?" That statement alone can add a lot of negativity to your life if you continue to dwell on it. And that's something that I've had to overcome as a YouTuber. And I think that makes this journey very difficult to continue pressing forward to becoming something and somebody that can influence others in a positive light and also at the same time provide for your family. So I want to take you into the first experiences that I had as a YouTuber and just kind of what was going through my mind in starting this journey and what kind of moved me forward. So before I ever started my YouTube channel, I was actually searching on YouTube, and I think at that time I was having kind of a hard time with my financial situation with my family. And I was looking for some financial advice, and I came across a video right here from Joshua Mayo, and it's about his journey for the first year and a half of being on YouTube. And I was wondering, how did he become so wealthy in such a small amount of time? How did he achieve that? I think in one of his videos, he talked about getting down. He was having a really difficult time, I think 4 months into the process. And he was just struggling like, oh man, I don't know if I could do this. And he was about to quit. And there was a story that he shared about a gold miner, and he almost reached the vein of gold before he quit. And then another group came in and all they had to dig was just a little bit deeper and they got that gold and they became super wealthy. And I think that was a really powerful story because it's like, if you continue on this journey, don't give up, because you might just be 1 or 2 videos away from going viral and actually getting your following. And with that following, then you can start to pursue whatever financial dreams that you have for your family. And you can also achieve a lot of the dreams that you have in helping other people to reach their goals and to instruct them and to be a positive light in other people's lives. So when I first started my YouTube channel, let me take you on that experience. It was really difficult for me to get started. If you look back on my channel at my first video, you'll notice that the quality was much less than the quality is now. That's because you start with square one with minimal tools and minimal coaching, and honestly, you produce 10 or 20 videos, which I think is tremendously hard because you're not getting paid for it and you don't get any views. And a lot of people reach burnout after about 10 or 12 videos. They stop before they hit the gold mine, and that can just really end all of their dreams. So when I worked on my first video, I remember pacing back and forth in a hotel room that I was at. I was actually at a conference for mining in Arizona, and I actually set up all of my lighting in my hotel room. And as you can tell, I wasn't very good at it. And I started filming, and I was really nervous. I didn't know what I was talking about, but I just had to start talking, because if I don't start talking to a camera, then I'm not gonna get used to it. Because as you can tell in my first video, I was so shell-shocked. I had no idea what I was doing. And I still kind of don't, right? It's so hard for me to talk to you guys on a camera like this. But the more I do it, the more comfortable I am with it. And the more that I'm seeing you guys as people instead of a camera. So let me kind of answer some of these questions that you guys might have for me, so you can kind of better understand who I am and what my path is forward. Now, I do have a wife, I have a little son, and I have 2 twins on the way that will probably be around here in 2 months. So I'm really excited. Anyways, let's talk about some questions you guys might have for me. So first of all, what do I hope to achieve? When I first started the idea in my mind of starting a YouTube channel, I remember going to the gym and my heart rate was increasing just thinking about it, because I viewed it like a complete journey, and the first step was starting the YouTube channel. But the full journey was much more than that. My future endeavors of starting and creating localized businesses that help the people out around in our community, and also being able to have the financial means to open up almost like a local academy, because a lot of the things that help you in becoming financially free are not provided in today's education. And that's one of the big drivers for me. Is I'm like, you know, you take somebody that's just fresh out of high school or even in college, they have no idea how to take care of themselves financially. And a lot of people don't learn until they're about 40 or 50 years old. Now, if you reach 50 years old and you don't have a savings or an investment, you've got to take up another side hustle or another job or something to help provide you with enough income to invest that would provide enough retirement for you so that you can quit your job, you know, around 65 or 67 years old. You don't want to work until the day you die. And that's something that really motivates me in this channel, to help people to understand that. Because I'm an engineer, I think I'm kind of geeky and I'm a little nerdy sometimes, because whenever I find a gold mine of information, whether that's in finance or something else, I can't help but share it. And I ask you to just forgive me for that. But obviously some of you really like it, because I put some videos out about being healthy and not getting sick and how to do that. If you're not healthy, you can't provide a financial means for your family. So that was really important to me. That's why I included that video. And that's why I will continue to include small snippets of health videos that I find from really good sources that are not held anywhere else out there. And that was one of them, right? I couldn't find that anywhere else out on the internet. And that's why I felt it so important to share that with you in this channel. So if you want to see that video, I'll link that video right here. What is my biggest challenge on YouTube so far? My biggest challenge so far has been uploading on a schedule. See, uploading on YouTube is something that you have to do proactively. You don't have a boss. You don't have somebody sitting here giving you a schedule. You have to make your own schedule, and you have to be proactive, and you have to be your own judge, and you have to be open to criticism for your videos and what you're producing. When I started producing these videos, I was having a really hard time editing, because I bought my wife a laptop back, I want to say a year and a half ago. And this laptop, it wasn't anything, you know, crazy awesome. It was more for Word and Excel and maybe some like photo editing and things like that. But it was not designed for video editing. I guarantee that. It did not have the RAM and the space on it required for videoing. So I geeked out and I started searching up really good computers that have really fast processors, really good RAM, and storage space and graphics cards. And I found one on Dell that was $6,000. That's a lot of money to me. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of money. So I wanted to cut my costs in half. So what I did instead is I built a computer, and I ordered the parts online, and then I put them all together, and I bought a big case. Now, when I built my PC, a lot of people were like, wow, that must have been really fun. I tell you, I had a deadline to keep. I was stressing my butt off to try to get that PC together. And when I plugged in all the cables, nothing's really labeled on a motherboard. I mean, they kind of have symbols and things, but you don't really know what those symbols mean. And then some of them just kind of have like some really vague symbols. Like, is that the graphics card that plugs in there or what? So I was having a really stressful time. I think my eyes were super red. In fact, some of my videos, you can see some of my stress in my eyes. They're red sometimes. Anyways, when I built my PC, it was so stressful, but I'm glad I did. It provided me a huge leap in my YouTube channel to get videos out quicker and to edit so much easier. And it's a PC, it's not a laptop, and that's fine for me. But I built it from scratch, and I have like 8 fans in that thing to keep it cool, because the processor is top of the line. The RAM is the top of the line. I've got like 64 gigs on that thing. I've got a really fast graphics card. And I have 4 terabytes of solid state storage. So I'm probably going to have to add more storage to that as I continue to do videos. But I totally nerded out and I got this gaming computer. Now my computer doesn't freeze up whenever I'm editing, and I can add in more special effects and things like that. Whenever I first was putting out my videos, it took me about 5 or 6 hours just to transfer the video over, and then to create the video took like 12 hours. Now I can generate a video in just a couple minutes using my computer now. So that's the difference between getting, a piece of crap computer, or maybe a computer that's just kind of average, versus like a full blown out computer. Is the market super saturated? Is it too saturated with a bunch of creators? And one thing that's helping me to overcome that is that I follow a lot of young, new creators. And I do that because I want to see if the market's too saturated for a following. And from what I've seen, it seems like it's not. Like, I've seen channels that start 2 or 3 months ago. One started back in November and she's already got 2,000 followers. You just have to know the right stuff to film about, and you have to know what people are interested in. And you also have to be passionate about whatever it is that you're sharing. Here's a question you guys might have. If you're planning on making a YouTube channel, my advice for you: watch one video about improving your videos. If that's too much for you, if that's too overwhelming, space that out, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with perfectionism. That is like your biggest enemy of making a YouTube channel, is perfectionism. That's the first thing that's going to stop you from succeeding on YouTube. That's my number one advice for you. To give you an idea of how long it takes me to make a video, like I made one of my scripts. It was the video about investing versus paying off your house. Just the scripting process alone took me a day and a half to compile all of the data together on Excel. And I had 2 monitors going back and forth to get all of that information collected and calculated for you. For videoing it, it took another 2 to 3 hours. And then when I started editing it, it took another, I want to say 6 to 8 hours, if not 10 hours. Sometimes my editing takes 10 to 12 hours. It used to take me about 16 to 24 hours to edit a video whenever I had my slower computer. So it's cut my time in half, just having my newer computer. One of the things that's helped me out in the last couple of days is that my wife said that I was over obsessing about my YouTube analytics, because all throughout the day I was checking my analytics to see how many people were viewing my videos. The problem with that is it would get me down, because I'm only getting like 1 or 2 views maybe every 3 or 4 hours, right? Other YouTubers are getting like tens of thousands of videos per hour. And she could tell that throughout the day I would have a sour attitude. And so she told me, my rule for you is that you can only view your analytics in the morning and at night. So that has helped me tremendously, because now I've been able to be like, okay, this is just a process. It's gonna take a long time. So if you're a new YouTuber, don't be overly hard on yourself. Like, it's just a process. Work through the process. So you've probably heard the statement in your life that says, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. And that's kind of how this YouTube channel, I think, works. If you have faith in yourself and in the learning process, it seems like you can really move forward and treat it more like a marathon rather than a sprint. But if you're going to treat it like, oh, I'm going to go get rich immediately and super fast, and I'm going to be successful and get a lot of people listening to my content all at once, you're setting unrealistic expectations for yourself. So one of the hardest things for me in this channel so far was to post my first video. I was incredibly fearful of failure. And that's why I've also said in a lot of my other videos, failure is the path to success. You look at my first video and it's crap, and that's okay, because I learned from that experience and I grew, and now my videos are much better. And you know what? I'm probably gonna look a year or 2 from the future to today's video, and I'm gonna be like, man, that was a terrible video. And that's okay, because it's a marathon. In the end, it'll pay off. But these first 20, 30 videos even that you're producing might not get any views. And that's okay. You're learning each time you put a video out, and you just improve and progress. And then what I've noticed with a lot of these channels, it only takes 1 or 2 videos to go crazy viral. And then all of a sudden you get a big following. So anyways, that's kind of my takeaway for you guys if you're starting a new YouTube channel. So anyways, I hope that answered a lot of you guys' questions about who I am. I just want to be totally transparent with you guys. My plans for this channel is that I want to get monetized for this year, for 2024. So anyways, with that, guys, I want to welcome you to my channel. If you've lasted this long, congratulations. Most people don't. Please subscribe if this provides any value to you, and if you do want to get financially free. My videos will get better. The content will get better as I progress and grow. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks so much for watching.